Nigerian politics, in its many forms and manifestations, often contains shocking revelations and disturbing realities. It can be a complex and often disconcerting field, with pervasive issues that undermine democratic values and trust in political systems. From corruption to betrayals and everything in between, many aspects of Nigerian politics can be hard to digest, shaking the very foundation of our belief systems. But as complicated and disconcerting as Nigerian politics can be, it is arguably one of the most important aspects of modern society, shaping our lives and futures in ways that we can barely imagine. It's therefore crucial to stay informed, even when current events and latest developments seem too uncomfortable to face. In this video, we will be looking at some shocking and disturbing realities prevalent in contemporary Nigerian politics. Number 1. Influence peddling. Nigerian politics and money have become so intertwined that it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. Research has shown time and time again that wealthy individuals and special interest groups often use their financial resources to sway political decisions in their favor, and by so doing, undermining the influence of ordinary citizens. This creates a system where the interests of the few outweigh the needs of the many, threatening the very foundations of our democracy. In a democracy, it's every citizen's right to have a say in how their country is run. But when money talks louder than voices do, our fundamental rights are being threatened. While there is much debate on how to address this issue, it's clear that more needs to be done to ensure that our political system serves the interests of all citizens, not just those with deep pockets. So, until we figure out a way to level the playing field, the voices of ordinary citizens may continue to be overpowered by the siren song of massive financial power. Number 2. Electoral fraud and vote rigging. Elections are an essential component of democratic processes. During elections, Nigerians brave long queues and harsh weather conditions to cast their ballots, expecting that their voices and opinions have a chance to shape the future of their societies. But sometimes, unethical practices such as electoral fraud and vote rigging can quickly shatter these expectations and rapidly dash such hopes. These unethical and unlawful practices frustrate the democratic process by enabling a predetermined outcome. By manipulating the voting process or election results, people's voices are silenced, and the very essence of democracy is destroyed. So until we take these threats seriously to protect the sanctity of elections, corrupt politicians will continue distorting the people's will, undermining the credibility of electoral processes, and denying citizens of their constitutional rights to a free and fair election. Number 3. Power imbalances. Power imbalances and inequality are global challenges, but their effects in Nigeria are particularly disturbing. In Nigerian politics, too much influence is held by too few people, denying the vast middle class and majority of the population a say in government. When people feel marginalized, they feel their voices are silenced and their rights are violated. This worsens societal inequalities and sets the stage for further division, resentment, and unrest. Such events can have significant social consequences, as well as aggravate economic and social inequality. These power imbalances can have a snowball effect, further compounding pre-existing economic and social disparities, perpetuating a regressive cycle that can be difficult to break. Addressing these pervasive problems will require a collective effort to confront discrimination and promote equitable representation in all facets of politics. Number 4. Authoritarian tendencies. The Nigerian political climate is witnessing the spread of authoritarianism, shielded by the mask of democracy and free elections. With the rise of politicians with an authoritarian bent, the fear of curtailed freedom and the deterioration of democracy has become a harsh reality. From suppressing the press to cracking down on dissenting voices, the creeping influence of authoritarian tendencies is plaguing Nigerian communities of all sizes and diverse political ideologies. To make matters worse, fear-based campaign rhetoric is becoming prevalent. It is not uncommon for some politicians to use fear as a tool to sway uninformed voters in their direction. By preying on the anxieties and uncertainties of their electorate, some politicians have found it all too easy to sway uninformed voters their way. The negative impact of this kind of rhetoric cannot be overstated. It perpetuates an atmosphere of divisiveness and anxiety, creating a more polarized society, which in turn undermines an informed decision-making process. As these politicians continue to use their positions to consolidate power and increasingly suppress dissent, these trends become worrying because they challenge the democratic norms that have sustained societies throughout history. If the rise of authoritarian tendencies goes unchecked, it could deal a severe blow to our democratic values and ideals. Number 5. Information pollution. As Nigeria increasingly integrates with technology and social media, the trend of information pollution and fake news has emerged as a disconcerting reality. Social media allows people to connect and share important information, but on the other hand, it also allows rumors and fake news to spread like wildfire, often with little to no fact-checking. The proliferation of fake news, false political advertising, and propaganda within our information space can have severe and far-reaching effects on our communities. With Twitter feeds or Facebook timelines, it can be difficult to determine what is true and what is not. Social media also makes it easy to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals and consume news that only reinforces what we already tend to believe. Inevitably, this leads to a situation where misleading information can thrive, especially when it appears to validate our preconceived notions. This divergence in our understanding of reality can fuel misinformation, deepen pre-existing divisions, and ultimately undermine our ability to make informed decisions. These misinformation campaigns can also manipulate public opinion, weaken trust in governmental institutions, and even threaten societal stability. It creates a toxic environment where people are swayed by false narratives and unverified sources. The dissemination of fake news only contributes to a culture of mistrust and undermines the credibility of media outlets genuinely trying to report factual information. While many efforts are being made to counter this alarming trend, we all have a responsibility to fact-check and scrutinize news before we share it. By doing so, we can help promote responsible journalism and contribute to creating a more informed and trustworthy society.
Thanks for joining us today. Do you agree or disagree with what has just been said? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed our content, please tip us with a like, hit that bell icon to stay updated, and don't forget to subscribe.